James, how do you do the things you do? I still can't believe that it's true. I get hungry when I think of you. Like champagne and caviar, you're such a treat. Like cherries Jubilee, you're oh so sweet. You whet my appetite each time we meet. Oh, James, it's true. I get hungry when I think of you.
Hi, it's the Urban Peasant Show, and today it's fish. Now, it might not be Friday, but it's fish today, and most people are terrified of fish, which is sometimes understandable. I mean, you can find a squid like that. Just look at that. Look at the eyes on him and the tentacles. But they nourish a lot of people, the squid. And then you get beautiful fishes. I mean, they come in all shapes and sizes, like this salmon. Look at that one. I caught that one on the way to work this morning. Isn't that just lovely? And then some come in shells, and some come in black shells, and some come with whiskers on, and some, they take their overcoats off and they're all curled up. And there's salmon steaks, and there's all those things. They're all there. But you don't have to be scared of them. All you do is go and buy a piece of fish. That's the first step. So let me move this great threatening thing out of the way here. I've got a couple won't let go. Let me move that one on there and that one on there. Okay, let's just squeak this over here for a minute. And then we can do some work. Now, what I want to do, first of all, what we're going to do today, we're going to make some fish dishes. We're going to make a bouillabaisse. Not really a bouillabaisse, because there's too much mystic about bouillabaisse. Everybody thinks you have to take out a mortgage on the house to buy a crab and lobsters. You don't. Bouillabaisse originally was a dish that fishermen's wives learned to cook because they had the stuff left over they couldn't sell. That was really what it boiled down to. So we're just going to do roughly what any French housewife would do, which is to get on and cook what her husband couldn't get rid of. And naturally, she'd start off with some oil or some butter, because people who live by the sea, particularly in the south, in Marseille, where this sort of originated, they have a lot of oil down there. So, as always, you put some oil in the pan and you get it hot. And then you put some onions in the pan and you get those hot. And then, let me take this hat off for a minute, eh? It's getting in my hair. You didn't want to see that. To go out and catch those fish in the wind. We're going to mix it with some tomatoes. Now, there's no reason why you shouldn't use canned tomatoes. And what will happen with the heat and the onions and the tomatoes cooking together, they will form a sort of very special liaison. Liaisons are, you know, things coming together, right? And just let them cook together. Just let them do it as high heat as fast as you want to go. While they're doing it, we'll get ready and we'll cut up some celery. And when you cut celery, try and cut it on the diagonal. Try and cut it crosswise like that. And you do that because you get longer pieces of celery, but the fibers are shorter. It's because there's little strings in celery which bug you. Use the top, because the top tastes good. It's the same with when you're doing parsley. Use the stalks, use the whole thing, because it tastes better. As a matter of fact, what I'll do while that's getting ready is just to chop some parsley. And let me show you how to chop parsley. Bend it all up together like that. Scrunch it up as tight as you can and screw it up, okay? And then just get your knife, keep your fingers out of the way, and cut crosswise. And there you are. It cuts very, very quickly. There. And you use the stalks because they've got lots of flavor, lots of nourishment, lots of good stuff in them. So here we are, onions and tomatoes coming together to make themselves into a nice base for this thing. Now, just let them cook as fast as they can. And as soon as they've started to do it, get themselves cooked together, we'll put some garlic in. Now, you want a lot of garlic? Okay, we'll put a lot of garlic. If you want a bit more, then we'll put a bit more. That's the way you do things. We want to put some vegetables in there. So we got red peppers and green peppers. We just cut them up. We don't want them to be too small. Just cut them up so that they're identifiable pieces, all right? And just to make this into a nice dish in here, we'll put some tomato paste. That'll thicken it up. And suddenly, we've got the basis for a good, starts to smell really good bouillabaisse. Now, I'm going to put the parsley in right now. I'm going to put the celery in right now. I'm going to put the peppers in right now. I'm going to put a couple of hot peppers in because I like hot peppers, a couple of nice hot peppers. And if you didn't want peppers, then you don't have to do it. And I'm going to put some liquid in. Now, if you were in Marseille, you might put some wine in. If you weren't, you might put anything. I've got beer. I'm just going to put some beer in here, and I'm going to clean up. And when you come back, I'll show you how we finish this, and I'll show you something really exciting, okay?
Explore the common threads in our past as we present a 5-hour investigation of history's connections. Tonight, beginning at 9 on TLC.
That was me, Tommy Lasorda, before I lost 30 pounds in 3 months on the Ultra Slim Fast plan. Now it's even easier to have my shake because now there are 4 great tasting flavors in ready-to-drink cans. The plan is easy. A shake for breakfast, 1 for lunch, and then a sensible dinner. Ah, icy cold and delicious.
Ultra Slim Fast in rich chocolate, French vanilla, and new strawberry and coffee flavors. Give us a week, we'll take off the weight.
Right, a little pepper, a little salt. You have to put salt in fish dishes because although fish live in this, well, some fish live in the sea, they haven't got any salt in them. You know, if you ever get stranded in a boat in the middle of the sea and you're really thirsty, you can survive by catching fish, if you can catch fish, wringing the water out of them, drinking it because it's fresh water. But there you are. So now we're going to finish this matelot, this bouillabaisse. I don't call it a real bouillabaisse, but it's got to have fish in it. Fish goes in last. But first of all, it better have some flavor in it. So I'm going to cut up the fish into chunks because, you know why? Because it'll cook quicker, okay? That's why we cut it up into chunks. And I'm going to put those chunks of fish into there. If we wanted to put halibut in or salmon, that's okay. You just cut up the fish and cut it up and you put it in. I mean, that's all there is to it. It goes into the boiling liquid, and then you have to turn up the heat because it turned down the thing, and it makes itself work. You want to put in some cilantro, some nice Chinese parsley, put in some nice Chinese parsley. That gives, and then you can serve this kind of thing right in the pot. You don't have to mess with it. Finish up with some booze. Now, I'm going to put rye in it because I've got rye. If this was in the south of France, they'd put something else in. They might put a little grappa in there. They might put a little bit of Applejack, a little bit of Calvados, but if you had some Scotch, that would do fine. And now, the smell of this is just wonderful. Now look, I'm going to show you something else that's really interesting. This is a nice thing to do. This is a bit of halibut, but you can do this with just about any fish. And this is something called ceviche. Some people start it with a C, and some people start it with an S, but it's the same thing. And all you do is get the fish, which has to be fresh, and you cut it crosswise into slices and about, half an inch thick. And then to make it, you put it in a bowl, right? In the bowl, you then squeeze a lemon or a lime. Limes are better. Let me move this up here so that you can see it, all right? Lime juice in there, lots of lime juice, and a little bit of red flaky pepper. This stuff here, because that makes it spiky. And if you want to put something else in, if you want to put something like shrimp, all right, then let's put some shrimp in with it. And you know what happens? The lime juice digests some of the protein in there, and it turns the fish from being sort of translucent into an opaque white. It only takes about 15 minutes, and you've got it done. It's a very nice thing to do. So I'll put that there. Now we've got our matelot, our bouillabaisse, our fish stew, whatever you want to call it. And if you wanted to put, if you want to be fussy and put some mussels in there, that's fine. You want to put some clams in there, that's just fine. You want to put some whole shrimps in there, that's fine. You can put in whatever you've got. But just remember that the first people who invented this recipe did not put all kinds of stuff they had to mortgage their house for. They just put in what they had that came out of the bottom of the boat. I've seen people, the wife has the broth on, in comes the fish. I couldn't sell this, chérie. We eat it, and that's what you do. So there we are. Now to finish this dish, you put the lid on and let it cook for just about 5 minutes. And we'll just turn it down to low, and we'll get on. Now I'm going to show you something really great, all right? I'm going to show you how to make a dessert in a real hurry. Right, now we need a bowl to put it in, and we need a little bit of butter. We need some sugar. We need some flour and a bit of baking powder. This is a wonderful thing. This is really, really nice. And what you do is let me move that bowl over there. You take the butter, 2 ounces of butter, 2 ounces of flour, then you mix it together with 2 ounces of sugar, all right? And you get some baking powder, and you put in about a tablespoonful. Now this, I should think about 4 of these would be about a tablespoonful of baking powder, okay? And you just mix it all together. You mix it and mix it and mix it. I better get a fork. I was going to use a spoon, but better get a fork, okay? And you just mix it together. Mash the soft butter. It's nice to get, this is a dish you can really use that soft margarine in, like really soft stuff. And then you just mix that into a paste, and you put in either milk or water. Now you put in about half a cup, okay? And suddenly you've got a dough. Then you take marmalade, and you put the marmalade in the bottom of your buttered bowl. All right, put a good dollop of marmalade in there, and you finish stirring your mixture, the batter, as they would call it, and as soon as it's mixed, you dump it in there on top of that, and then you put it in the microwave for 8 minutes, and that's just what I'm going to do during the break. Join me 2 minutes, and we'll finish this up and have a lot more fun.
That was me, Tommy Lasorda, before I lost 30 pounds in 3 months on the Ultra Slim Fast plan. Now it's even easier to have my shake because now there are 4 great tasting flavors in ready-to-drink cans. The plan is easy. A shake for breakfast, 1 for lunch, and then a sensible dinner. Ah, icy cold and delicious.
Ultra Slim Fast in rich chocolate, French vanilla, and new strawberry and coffee flavors. Give us a week, we'll take off the weight.
If you're thinking about joining MCI and Friends and Family,
this is the month to do it.
Because if you join this month, we'll give you a whole month
of long-distance calls
free.
But wait, it gets better.
You can now save an extra 20% on 2 international numbers.
Just pick 2 numbers in over 200 places worldwide.
And combined with friends around the world,
that would be the lowest price international call you can make.
With our holiday savings, you can be saving up to 50%
on daytime holiday calls.
Thanksgiving,
Memorial Day,
and Columbus Day,
Labor Day.
That's a great deal.
MCI and Friends and Family. There's never been a better time to join.
Do what you can with what you've got, and you have a little fun.
There's always the unexpected, and I think that's what makes it a lot of fun.
Let's take a look at the first step.
Show you what we mean.
You are so full of hyperbole.
That was easy.
It was very easy.
Tuesdays beginning at 9 on the Learning Channel.
Hello there, everybody. This is Mel Allen. I've got a special offer on out-of-print collector baseball cards. Now you can own 200 genuine collectible baseball cards for the unbelievable price of $9.95. It's a collector's dream come true. Each set contains baseball cards going as far back as 1986 and including Topps, Donruss, and Upper Deck that are no longer being printed. Over the years, the value of baseball cards has skyrocketed, and while no one can guarantee baseball cards will go up in value, we can guarantee each set will have star, superstar, rookie, and all-star cards. So take it from me, Mel Allen, at this price, these cards could be gone. 200 genuine collectible baseball cards, no duplicates, mint condition, only $9.95 each, plus $2.95 postage, limit of 5 per household. So get cracking. Call now to order.
Are you ready? You got your noses ready? Well, just get a load of this. That is our fish stew. Look at the color of it. Rich, saffron, wonderful. That's the mixture of tomatoes and onions. Just that does it. And it's ready to go. I mean, it's ready to go, and we don't have to mess with it. You can take it to the table right the way it is, but let me show you something else. Just let that, I'm going to turn it off even, because you don't want fish to overcook. All right? Now, let's deal with a fish called a skate. Okay? It's called a ray sometimes because this bit, see this bit here? This is the wing. This is the wing that goes up and down, and it's a fish that more or less flies through the water. It's a manta ray or a ray, or they come in various sizes. This is a small one. Some of them are bigger than I am. But it's a very interesting fish. It's a no bone fish. I'll show you that. I'm going to cook some, okay? Let's put the fry pan in here. And I'll show you how to cook this skate, this ray, very, 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 very quickly. Now, first of all, I'm just going to dust it with flour. Just very lightly dust it with flour. I'm going to do this for a reason, because I want to make a little sort of coating on the outside. And you can always do that with a little bit of flour. Don't put too much on there. It'll turn into porridge, and you don't want that. Give it a shake. Give it a shake. Give it a shake. See, it's just got enough. All right. Oil in the pan. And the pan gets hot. As soon as the oil is hot, just you can see it floating and getting thin all over, you lay in the pieces of skate. Or any other fish if you wanted to, but I want to show you a skate especially because skate has got it's basically no bones. Well, no bones you can sort of recognize. And it's very easy to work with. Let me just wipe this off here. Okay. And get the board cleaned. And there we are. Okay. Now, while it's cooking, we're going to have to think about making a sauce for it. And what the sauce traditionally, this is in very French haute cuisine, they call it beurre noir, black butter. And it is butter that's almost on the edge of being burned, but it's not quite, and there's a secret to it, which I am going to show you. All right? Let me get a fork out of here, and we'll have a look at this fish. Now, any fish, remember this, any fish at all requires a maximum of 10 minutes per inch of thickness. I like to go about 8 minutes because I like my fish a little bit rare, but it tastes better and it is nicer. Now look, I'm going to turn this piece of fish over, and there it is, cooked on that side, and there it is, cooked on that side, and here it is cooked on that side. Now this is hot heat, so I'm going to turn it down to sort of medium hot. That's about what you want. And we are going to make beurre noir. So you take a fry pan, because we got fry pans here, and you take a bit of butter, that piece of butter like that. And what do? Well, to cook, you turn on the stove. That's what I do. So we turn on the stove and we just melt that bit of butter. What we're going to do with the butter is make it go dark brown with a little cheat. And this is not, it's not anybody's, it's not a gimmick. It's real, honest cuisine, this, and it's just vinegar. That's the secret. So we're going to take some vinegar and get the butter nice and warm. Just let it melt at its own time, and keep an eye on the fish while you're doing it. Now, I want you to see this fish here. Whoops, is cooking. Let's see if I can manage to show you, okay? That fish is cooking See, there's a pink strip through the middle of it. Well, the pink strip, this pinky bit, is where it's showing where it isn't cooked. And that's where it isn't cooked, all right? So what we're doing is showing how it's getting, you can keep an eye on it, and you'll see from the other side of this one. See, when I turn it over, there's a pinkness there, all right? There's a pinkness that you can see. Just keep an eye on it. And then once you learn to feel the food, once you learn to understand the food, see, that's gone nice and brown and crisp on the outside. Once you learn to do that with food, you're a lot better off. Now look, here's our beurre noir. Here's our butter that has started to melt. And we bring it up to a good hot heat. All right. We get it good and hot and all melted. And then just as soon as it gets a little bit browner, and you'll smell it. Now I want you all to smell with me. Try doing this. Just get the smell. See, the bubbles are going down. The bubbles are going down. And now we put in a tablespoonful of vinegar. And we bring the heat back up again. Then we want some capers in it. And we've got, I'm going to show you this. I want to show you this. Look, this piece of fish here, which is cooked on this side. I'm going to put it right on the board and show you. Look, the bones are in the middle. It just slides off the bone. You turn it over and you slide it off. And there's the bone. You can throw that away, give it to the cat, do whatever you like with it. Just use a little imagination, have a little courage. Remember, have some fun with it. I'm back in 2 minutes.
Explore the recipes and writings of James Barber by ordering your copy of the Urban Peasant Cookbook. James Barber's anecdotes and tips, together with his fast, simple, and affordable recipes, create much more than a cookbook. To receive your copy, send $18.95 to The Urban Peasant, P.O. Box 2284, South Burlington, Vermont, 05407 2284. Or charge by phone, 1-800-322-8321.
How is the pasta?
Almost as good as the DiGiorno pasta we had the other night at home.
DiGiorno?
Refrigerated pastas and sauces.
See, you use big chunks of diced tomato and sliced mushroom just like DiGiorno.
And these tortellini have almost as much ricotta and Romano cheese as DiGiorno.
You are too kind.
Hey, you're not serving DiGiorno here now, are you?
Certainly not.
Too bad.
For restaurant fresh taste, you can make reservations or make DiGiorno. And now, enjoy the fresh taste of DiGiorno shredded Parmesan.
What they did not understand, they despised. What they despised, they destroyed. They terrorized Europe, conquered the Chinese, building an empire unequaled in human history, and a civilization that would change the world forever. Now look back on the followers of Genghis Khan. The Mongol Hordes, a storm from the east. Monday at 9 on the Learning Channel.
Right, now we're just going to take this piece of skate out, this oreille au beurre noir, okay? Put it on the plate, and I'm going to show you the beurre noir. Now see how brown that's gone? It's got capers in it. That's beurre, that's because the vinegar worked on it, the acid worked on it. That's where it is. It's just one of those simple things. Now, we've made a fancy bouillabaisse, but we didn't call it a bouillabaisse. We've made ceviche. We've got this really nice skate happening here, and we've got dessert happening somewhere. All right. I want to show you this skate before we go any further. Look, let me just bring the fry pan over. You might just as well see it. I said there's no bones in it. Well, look, when it's properly cooked, see, the only bone, there's no bones that get in your teeth. You just slide the meat off with your knife, like that. And there it is. And then you turn it over, and you slide the meat off like that. And there you can see I mean, these make you wonder at nature sometimes. Look at the way that is a structure. That's a structure inside the fish. That's what makes it go along. That's its legs, its wings. Isn't that lovely? But tell you what's really nice about that. I put mine in the blender and feed it to the cat. That's what I do. And so here you are, Ray au beurre noir. But that looks really pretty. Just a minute, I told you about dessert. Let me put that over there. Let's go and get the dessert out of the oven. Aha! Now, marmalade pudding. This is a really sort of British-style dessert, and it's really great. Marmalade pudding is nice. Marmalade pudding is one of those things that you have to have when you are young, and you put a plate over the top. Now watch this. That's a hot. You put a plate over the top, and you flip it upside down, and you give it a good shake, and you hope. You have to hope again. You have to turn it over, maybe. See, it's all right to make mistakes. If things don't go right, they don't go right. Run a knife around the edge of it, and then turn it over. And there we are. Ha, ha, ha. There we are with the marmalade pudding upside down. But what it should have looked like is that. Now, isn't that just pretty enough to make you... I mean, you can make that in 10 minutes. No problem at all. Easy. Really easy. If you'd like these recipes, send us a stamped, self-addressed envelope to the Urban Peasant, Vancouver, British Columbia, postal code V6B 4B2. Post Office Box 5157.
Look back on the followers of Genghis Khan and their era of conquest, the Mongol hordes a storm from the east, Monday at 9 on the Learning Channel.
Can you tell the difference between these contact lenses? They're the same brand, same prescription, but this lens cost 50% less and was delivered right to my home. That's the Lens Express difference.
Save on brand name contacts, daily wear, extended wear, disposables, and others.
I wouldn't trust these baby blues to just anyone. Call Lens Express. They're terrific.
Now you can replace your contacts and save. Call for a free Lens Express catalog.
Need a prescription filled right away? Don't drive. Just call 1-800-433-5900 for the Mail Order Pharmacy, the nation's most technically advanced discount pharmacy. Order all your prescription drugs by phone at huge savings from registered doctors of pharmacy backed by a nationwide computer network. All orders are shipped within 24 hours directly to you. Wherever you are, the Mail Order Pharmacy is just a phone call away. Call 1-800-433-5900 for free details.
Thanks to your local cable company, you're watching the Learning Channel.